Let me tell you one story. I walked into a plant. It was clean, organized, binders on every workstation, tab, laminated, professional printed. I asked one operator, when did you last open that binder? He looked at me and said, I don't know what is in it. That binder had taken 6 weeks to write it. 6 weeks. And nobody had ever used it. This is not a story about a lazy team. This is a story about a system that was designed for the wrong person. And today I want to show you exactly why that happens and what actually works instead. Let me give you the real picture. Most manufacturing SOPs are read once during the audit. Then they go back in the folder or the SharePoint or wherever your company stores things and nobody opens. The average SOP in a mid-sized plant takes 20 to 40 hours to write it. It depends of the process, right? Multiply that by every department, every process, every revision cycle. If you are doing the revision cycle, you are spending thousands of hours producing documentation that does not change how your operations runs. And the quality problems, they keep happening, the same ones, every month. Why? Because a narrative document, 30 pages of paragraph explaining a process from beginning to the end, is not a tool for doing the work. It is a tool for defending yourself in an audit. That is the trap. And most organizations are fully inside it. Do you agree with me? So here is the uncomfortable truth. Your SOPs were not written for your operators. They were written for your auditors. Think about how they get created. A manager sits in an office, they interview a few people, maybe they go to the plant, they have a look, they write a document that describes the process in full sentences with backgrounds and rationales and version histories. It looks complete, it covers everything, and then it gets posted on a wall no one reads, or in a folder no one opens. Your operators are not ignoring your SOPs because they are lazy. They are ignoring them because those documents do not answer the only question that matters at the moment of execution. What do I do right now? Let's imagine at 6:47 in the morning, when a machine alarm goes off, no one is opening a 40-page document. They are doing what they remember or what the person next to them tells them to do. That is where your process breaks, not in the document, in the gap between the document and the moment of execution. Toyota understood this very well 40 years ago. That is why they invented the 1 point lesson standard. One page, one skill, one image, not a manual, it is a tool. So let me ask you a direct question. When was the last time you watched someone actually use one of your SOPs in real time? Not during training, not during an audit, but during the actual work. If you cannot answer that question, you already know there is a problem. So, what actually works? The answer is not to write better SOPs. The answer is to replace narrative documents with trigger-based systems. What does it mean? A trigger-based system starts with a question: what is the moment when your operator needs guidance? Not the beginning of the shift, not the onboarding week, the specific moment: a machine alarm, a quality rejection, a changeover, when something specific needs to happen. You design the document around that trigger, not around the full process. The format changed completely. Instead of paragraph, you use a checklist, 5-step maximum visible at the point of execution. Instead of a PDF, you use a visual workflow posted directly on the machine or integrated into your digital workstation if you have one. Amazon Fulfillment Center do not use traditional SOPs. Their standard work in embed into digital system their operator use. The guidance appears at the moment of need. The operator does not need to remember it. It is there when they need it. I remember that Bosch, this company in Italy, does something similar on their assembly lines. One-page visual sheets posted at each station, revised when the process changes, not in a binder on the machine. The difference is not the quality of the writing, the difference is the architecture of the system. I see this pattern across the plants we work with Sensei Lab. We have walked into facilities with 200 SOPs in the system and find that the operators are running off maybe 15 things they remember from training. The other 185 are documentation that exists for the audit, not for the work. And in Sensei Lab, all the SOPs are created from and for the operator. Now, I need to say something important here. If you build a trigger-based system, but your team still does not follow it, the problem is not the document anymore. The problem is culture. You can put every visual, every checklist, every digital prompt in the book and still fail completely. I have seen it. Why? Because the daily habits of your team have not changed. At Sensei Lab, SOPs are created from the operator and for the operators. Real operational system gives every worker on the floor the power to say, I see a problem. Here is my idea to fix it. And then that idea actually gets used. When that happens, the systems becomes theirs, not yours. That is when it works. So one question often that I get is, how do you actually start? How do we start? Okay, I will give you 3 steps. Step 1, ask the operator where it breaks. Do not start with a list of processes from an org chart. Walk the floor, find the 3 places where errors, rework, or safety incidents happen most, and ask those people doing the work to tell you why. The answer is almost never what management think it is. Those 3 places are your first targets. Step 2, co-design around the trigger. For each one, sit with the operator who runs that process. Find the exact moment they need guidance, the alarm, the reject, the changeover. Then build the 1-page sheet with them. In their words, maximum 5 steps, no paragraph. If the operator did not help write it, throw it out and start over, because they will not follow it. And the step 3, put it where they work and let them change it. Not in a folder at your desk, not in SharePoint, on the machine, at the workstation, in the digital system your operators actually open. And this is not negotiable. Give the operator who use that SOP the power to change it. The moment they spot a wrong step, they fix it, same days. Otherwise, the document dies. Again, just move slowly than the last one. When people help build it, they use it. When they use it, they improve it. When they improve it, they trust it. When they trust it, they follow it. That is a living system. That is what lean documentation actually looks like. Here is the honest question I want you to walk away with today. Pick one SOP in your operation, just one, and ask yourself, when was the last time an operator used it? Not because they had to, but because it actually helped them to do the work better. If you cannot answer that honestly, you know where to start. Stop writing documents for your auditors. Start building systems with and for your operators. That is the difference between a standard operating procedure that lives in a binder and one that actually runs your operation. And before you go, I will leave my email address here on the description. And if you want to send me an email, I will be very happy to share with you the 1-point lesson standard used by Toyota and the one that we use to help our clients. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next video.